Nostradamus, born as Michel de Nostradamus in 1503, emerged as a notable figure in history with a mysterious background. Who was this mysterious doctor? And how was he able to foresee the future without him being burnt at the stake for heresy in that period of the Middle Ages? Born in Saint-Rémy de Provence, France, his family's lineage remains somewhat obscure, with suggestions of Jewish ancestry. Despite potential Jewish roots, the family converted to Roman Catholicism, indicative of the societal pressures faced by Jewish communities during that period. Little is known about Nostradamus's early years, but at the age of 14, he entered the University of Avignon, intending to pursue a degree in education heavily centered on classical studies. However, his education was disrupted by the bubonic plague outbreak, a common occurrence during that era. During this time, Nostradamus embarked on travels across Europe, acquiring informal medical training amidst a landscape of rudimentary medical practices. This period marked a time when medical knowledge relied heavily on outdated beliefs, such as the balancing of bodily humours. In 1529, he enrolled at the University of Montpellier to formalize his medical education. However, his prior experience as an apothecary led to his expulsion due to university regulations barring students with manual trades. Albeit, within the medical faculty of Montpellier, he was already regarded as an exceptionally brilliant student with very high regarded qualities. Undeterred, Nostradamus pursued a career as a plague doctor, specializing in treating victims of the recurring outbreaks. His innovative approach included sanitation measures and herbal remedies, earning him a reputation throughout southern France. In 1550, he transitioned to publishing, releasing almanacs containing astrological predictions. These publications proved commercially successful, leading him to expand into a more ambitious project, the Prophecies. The Prophecies, published in 1555, comprised cryptic quatrains detailing purported future events. The cryptic reason being that ultimately foretelling the future was to be regarded as heresy by the Catholic Church, and could potentially bring him ending up being burned alive in front of an audience. Nostradamus's prophetic verses covered a wide range of topics, from political upheavals to natural disasters, demonstrating his fascination with historical and contemporary events. Despite their enigmatic nature, Nostradamus's prophecies gained attention, fueled by interpretations suggesting connections to later events. One notable example is the Great Fire of London in 1666, which some believe was foretold in his quatrains. Nostradamus's writings reflect the intellectual climate of the 16th century, characterized by a blend of scientific inquiry and esoteric knowledge. Influenced by movements like Platonism and Hermeticism, his work epitomized the era's fascination with prophecy and astrology. Nostradamus's fame skyrocketed in the aftermath of this great London fire, an event that seemed eerily foreshadowed in his work. Although his prophecies spanned diverse geographies, France and its tumultuous history often took center stage in his quatrains. Many enthusiasts claim Nostradamus foretold the French Revolution and the ascension of Napoleon Bonaparte. In particular, in one of his quatrains that contains verses describing a period of civil unrest in France, culminating in the emergence of a new ruler, a narrative that aligns with Napoleon's rise to power. In another famous one, he predicted the death of King Henry II, husband to Queen Catherine de' Medici, foreseeing that the king would end up dead in a duel by receiving wood splinters of a spear in his eye and temple, and died an agonizing death 11 days later on July 10th, 1559. Similarly, proponents argue that Nostradamus predicted the emergence of Adolf Hitler and the horrors of World War II. Verses alluding to a young child from Western Europe and ominous references to villainous deeds have been interpreted as precursors to Hitler's tyranny. Additionally, passages hinting at scourges within cities and surprising alliances echo the chaos of wartime Europe, as well as his prophecy of the introduction of the atomic bomb used in Hiroshima and Nagasaki. The most chilling interpretations center on modern events such as the attacks of September 11, 2001. Nostradamus's verses mentioning steel birds falling from the sky and rivers flowing with blood evoke haunting parallels with the tragedy and its aftermath. Similarly, a quatrain referencing a man who never expected to be king has sparked speculation about contemporary political figures and upheavals, ultimately referring to the death of Queen Elizabeth II and Charles the Prince of Wales now being crowned to king. Yet, amid the confinement of interpretation, skepticism abounds. Critics point to the inherent vagueness of Nostradamus's verses, noting that they can be molded to fit a number of events after the fact. Furthermore, the language barrier and cultural context of the 16th century add layers of unclarity to his work, blurring the line between prophecy and poetic language with no specific meaning. Despite these challenges, Nostradamus's legacy endures, woven into the fabric of popular culture. But his predictions that still lay in the future to come are perhaps the most intriguing of all. He predicts a huge famine throughout Europe, as well as the declining health of Russian President Vladimir Putin and his successor, as well as the introduction of a new global currency, BRICS. Ultimately, the allure of Nostradamus lies not in his prophetic accuracy, but in the enduring fascination with the unknown. His verses offer a glimpse into the human psyche's fear of the future, inviting interpretation and speculation across the ages. As long as mystery shrouds his quatrains, the legacy of Nostradamus will endure, captivating generations to come.